if this is the greatest love story ever told, why does it seem like it's dying rather than growing?
Okay, fair enough. I don't think, I question whether it's dying. I don't, in fact, the statistics I've seen suggest really otherwise. That in terms of growth, there's been, the 20th century was absolutely explosive in terms of the spread of Christianity. But to me, that doesn't matter that much because what counts as being a Christian, I mean, a lot of what goes under the name of Christianity in terms of numbers and stuff, I don't regard as being really a good representation of the real thing anyway. So whether it's growing or dying, I think is really kind of irrelevant. What I do know is this. Jesus said that the kingdom would be a mustard seed. He says it's the smallest of all seeds, and the way is narrow. And so we're told to expect that. Jesus seems to expect from the start, and this kind of permeates the whole thinking of the New Testament, that this is not going to be a popular thing. It's never going to be a widespread sort of deal. It is the greatest love story ever told. I believe that. But it's not told to sort of give us warm fuzzies or anything. Rather, to follow Jesus is you really have to be willing to die to yourself. The cost is enormous, and Jesus always put the cost right out there. He clearly was not into winning a popularity contest. People would come up to him and say, I want to follow you, Lord. And he'd say, well, okay, fine. Are you willing to take up your cross and follow me? And they saw crosses all around them. Are you willing to be crucified? One person comes and says, hey, I want to follow you, but first let me go home and do the funeral stuff for my father. And Jesus says, hey, if you want to follow me, you drop everything and come follow me now. I mean, he actually seemed to make it tougher for people when they came to him. Said things like a captain doesn't go to war unless you first count the cost and make sure you have enough soldiers. So before you follow me, I want you to count the cost, because what it's going to cost you is everything. To be a true follower of Jesus is to die to being Lord of your own life, because now you're making him Lord of your life. And there is something in fallen human nature that does not like to do that. So what you find is a lot of folks who will take the Jesus message and will turn it into sort of a nice sell. You package it just right, and especially here in America where we have a lot of consumers who like to buy the greatest deal for the cheapest price. And so a little prayer, you can get your fire insurance, and it can add to your already wonderful, nice life, and there's no cost whatsoever. And I submit to you that that's not at all what Jesus came to do. He came to, yes, it's the most beautiful love story ever told, and he wants everyone to believe it and to come to him. But he also is saying that to buy this, you've got to die to yourself. And he seems to expect, and the entire New Testament seems to anticipate, that it will never be the majority of people who want that. They may want something that will augment their life and make it sweeter, but not a lot of people want to sign up for something that is going to mean they have to crucify themselves. And so that's why I think it's always a mustard seed.